You want to be as omnipresent as humanly possible. You want to be as God-like as possible. God, historically, everybody agrees. If you're religious, that he's everywhere, right? You want to have that strategy for yourself and for your brand, because if somebody doesn't see you on YouTube, when they open up Facebook, you have another chance to capture their attention. Hey, Manuel Suarez here with AGM Marketing, and I want to tell you about the strategy to maximize profits without having to increase your revenue. Sure, we all want to increase our revenue, right? Like, how do you grow without increasing the revenue? Well, usually the only way to actually grow is by increasing your profitability. This is something that I recently mastered, and I'm talking from experience. So I have a brand that some of you guys, if you've seen my content before, you know that I've been building this brand for a long time already. It's 14 years in the making now. It's called Natural Slim. I built it with my wife and with my father. But you know that I have been very deep, maybe you don't know, in the subject of building a brand on social media. I have this concept of creating content unicorns, which are people that are able to send a message out there into the world and capture attention at scale without turning them into salespeople. My father was one of those content unicorns. Another example of a client of mine that I've been able to help accomplish a similar level of success, even higher than us. His name is Dr. Berg. He's another content unicorn. We have taken his information, his message, and I worked with him for 5 years, and we have spread it across the entire world of the internet. And he has become omnipresent. He doesn't do the omnipresent thing. We do it for him. So what Dr. Berg does, and I'll tell you what the strategy is across the board, is that he creates something that we call primary content. So the title of this episode is How to Maximize Profits, right? Without having to increase your revenue. The beautiful thing about what we built, and the reason why we get a lot of clients that keep on coming to us asking for help, is because people are very, very dependent on advertising. You will hear across the board this whole concept of, oh, I got a 1 to 3 ROI, or like I got a 4 ROAS, or whatever, return on advertising spend or return on investment. I look at that and I say, that's great, but what about if you could have a 1 to 25 ROI? If you spend $1 and get $25 back. What about if you can have an unlimited ROI, meaning that you're not investing anything but the machine that you're putting into action, so you can actually get attention at scale and have these people reach out to you and buy your products and services at scale. And that is the beautiful thing about incorporating a content strategy. So the first question that I would ask you is, and this is a real question, and if you want to engage and let me know what the answer is on this video, please go ahead and do so. And this is something that I ask on my seminars. Do you have a message? What do I mean by that? Do you have information in your mind that you can give to the world that's going to make somebody else better? If the answer is yes, then you are a great qualified prospect for this particular strategy. And when I ask this question, traditionally across any seminars or webinars that I do, I get a very high percentage of people that raise their hands or say yes. And it's because we all want to impact people. We want to create an effect. Like, I have been doing the content game myself at AGM. AGM, by the way, stands for Attention Grabbing Media. My marketing company that has over 100 staff. I have been doing this game for 7 years, and it has helped me get to where I'm at today. I don't rely on advertising strategies. I actually can tell you right now that I don't spend a penny generating prospects or generating sales. Not a penny, but I still generate many millions of dollars a year. So how do I go about doing such a particular strategy? Well, it revolves around your message. And that's what I want to ask you guys to think about if you feel that you are qualified to be this person. I'm going to spend a few more minutes talking about this subject. It's a very deep subject. It's something that is very, very important because you are doing something that goes beyond your body. If you think about what YouTube is all about, YouTube, you might be watching this video on YouTube right now. Maybe you're watching this in 2029. How incredible is that, right? Now, you might be watching this, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're my grandkid watching this. And hello, grandson. Thanks for being here and watching this video. All jokes aside, how cool is it that there's a platform where I can put my content, that there are people, millions of people, billions of people searching for answers every single day? That is basically taking your message and immortalizing it. I have had you can call it the unfortunate event that I have been able to experience the effect of a legacy continuing beyond somebody's death, because my father passed away in February of 2021. I mean, it was the saddest day of my life. And it's always going to be the saddest day of my life because my father was the shining star in my universe. He was a sun that we used to rotate around. He was a magnet that we all attached to. And he was like that ever since I was a baby. I was always attached to my father. So losing my father was and will always be the darkest day of my life. I had that experience of losing him, but then over the next 19 months, I was able to experience the incredible effect of his legacy impacting the lives of millions of people across the world. If he hadn't done what he did of having the commitment to put the content out there, it will be over. But because we have this disciplined individual who has a message that he wants to impact people with, who has this incredible content that he wants to share to the world, and he wants to help people with his content, because we had quality of content, and because we had quantity of content, we have what we have today in Natural Slim. We have what we have today in the millions of followers across the world. You might not know who he is. His name is Frank Suarez. He has incredible content that's still rolling out today. A lot of people don't even know that he passed away. We are reaching millions of people on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a content channel called Metabolismo TV, and we impact the lives of hundreds of millions of people consistently every month. And we do this with a commitment of getting his message in front of people because we know it helps. So because you're here trying to learn marketing, because I am Manuel Suarez, also known as a marketing ninja, well, I'm telling you, if you want to build a brand that doesn't depend on advertising, you need to get a content routine in place. And this is not something that happens overnight. The YouTube strategy is the future. It will get to a point in which it becomes a present. Like, for example, right now for Natural Slim, when we launch a video, we get 100,000 views in our first 24 hours sometimes. That is a lot of attention at scale organically. So YouTube today is our present time. But 6 years ago, it was our future, and we kept creating on it. So this is a viewpoint that I want to share with you. On the subject of social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, these platforms, LinkedIn, etc., Twitter, they are your present time. You want to use your content that you're putting out on YouTube consistently, and you want to turn that into thousands of different pieces of content. And you want to turn that into reels and quote cards and podcasts and graphics and video clips. And you want to turn that into everything that you possibly can, because doing this makes you something that I like to describe as omnipresent. You want to be as omnipresent as humanly possible. You want to be as God-like as possible. God, historically, everybody agrees. If you're religious, that he's everywhere, right? You want to have that strategy for yourself and for your brand, because if somebody doesn't see you on YouTube, when they open up Facebook, you have another chance to capture their attention. When they open up Reels inside Facebook, that's another chance right there. Maybe they're business people and they don't want to go into any other social media platform, but they open up LinkedIn. You want to put your stuff there so you can get a chance to grab them there. Maybe these people are too busy and all they want to do is listen to podcasts. You want to have your entire YouTube episodes that are full of value becoming podcasts. And it's very simple to execute on that. If you don't know how, please ask a question, and I promise you either myself or somebody will get back to you and show you how. But it's simple to execute on this strategy. If you're not committed to doing it, it's not going to happen. There is one major variable to executing on this. How good is your ability to create content? There are some people out there that are great communicators. And when they start communicating, they grab attention way faster than other people. So sometimes it's not only about your value, it's also about your ability to communicate. I like to describe these people as content unicorns, people that know how to capture attention at scale, and they're really good at it. They know how to get on a stage, they know how to get on a seminar, they know how to get a webinar going and keep people's attention. On social media, that is a variable, and that is not very easy to teach. But at the end of the day, regardless, if you have a message, if you can commit to that message because you know it can help people and it can change their lives, and your products and services can be a vehicle for them to resolve that particular problem. If you have the quantity of that content with the quality of that content, meaning the message and the value, you will eventually win. sooner or later. And the word failure is something that you're going to use to justify your lack of persistence to win in that particular game. All right. So hope that helps. Ever since I executed on this strategy, I can turn off all advertising campaigns and I can still bring in millions of dollars a month in revenue for a natural sin brand, because we are leveraging the incredible opportunities in today's social media world to press buttons and reach attention at scale just with value. And by doing that, we're capturing attention. And by doing that, we can put our products and services in front of people. And it's the most powerful marketing strategy that you can ever execute on, because it's something that you can really hand down to future generations. Paid ad strategy, you cannot hand that down. But social media content, social media legacy build, you can absolutely hand that down. So go ahead and execute. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm talking about this consistently. I'm trying to give you the value and hope that you can actually get this going, because this is the real future of a brand in this environment in social media. And that's how you stand out. All right. Like and subscribe to this video. Comment if you have a question or a comment. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Talk soon.